Welcome to another Wealth Guide IQ video. Here at Wealth Guide, we help connect individuals with financial advisors we believe are both trustworthy and capable. In today's video, we're going to be covering two of the more complex aspects of Medicare Part A. That is the benefit period and the lifetime reserve days. So let's dive in. So in our previous video, we covered enrollment, cost, and care, as previously mentioned. One thing we did not discuss much in depth as we went through this calculator was actually the benefit period. So in this video, we're going to discuss the benefit period for Medicare Part A and your lifetime reserve days. We'll do these both in a little bit more detail, starting with the benefit period. So if you have a medical event on Medicare Part A where you have inpatient hospital care, an overnight stay at the hospital, that benefit period begins when you're admitted into the hospital. So let's say that I were admitted into the hospital today and I were on Medicare. So today's January 15th. That kicks off your benefit period. Now, the reason a benefit period is important is your deductible only happens once in a benefit period. So as long as you're racking up medical bills inside that benefit period, you're going to pay the deductible one time, and then the rest of the out-of-pocket generally is going to be picked up by Medicare, as long as you have lifetime reserve days and you're in the 60-day window. So the reason these benefit periods matter is if you go into a new benefit period, it's going to kick off a new calculation and your deductible resets. So let's talk a little bit then about what starts a new benefit period. All right, so this benefit period started on January 15th. That initiates it. Let's say we're in the hospital for 5 days or until January 20th. You technically stay in that same benefit period for 60 days after leaving the hospital. So you can see here, being in there for 5 days, my new period would start on March 20th, 2024, which is 60 days after being outpatient from my first event. So you have a 60-day window. If you end up back in the hospital during that 60-day window. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to, let's say, March 15th, 2024. You can see that is inside this window. The benefit period is still benefit period 1. And what that means is if you're in the hospital, let's say for another 5 days, you do not pay the deductible again because you're in the same benefit period. So first medical event, you pay the deductible. Second medical event happens within the 60-day window after leaving, so you're still in the same benefit period, no deductible. If this happened on March 21st, 2024, one day outside where the new period starts, you can see it kicks off a new benefit period, and now you have to pay the deductible again. So that is how benefit periods work. The day you get admitted in the hospital until you're discharged. Once you're discharged, you have a 60-day window that is the same benefit period. Kicking off a new benefit period means you're going to pay the deductible again. Now, there's some other nuance with these benefit periods as well, where it actually just keeps counting the number of days you've been in the hospital as if it was a single event. That can go towards your lifetime reserve days. Now, we talked briefly about the lifetime reserve days previously, but effectively, you don't use these at all unless you're in the hospital for 91 days in the same benefit period. So again, if this were moved back to March 15th, these count as the same benefit period. And in this instance, you've actually used 10 days in the hospital, 5 here, same benefit period. When that occurs, if you go over the 90 days, it starts to eat into your lifetime reserve days, and you only have 60 of these. So let's say that you're in the hospital here for 91 days. You can see your lifetime reserve days drops to 59. This lifetime reserve days counts down every time you go over 90 days in a benefit period until you get to 0. And at that point, you have to pick up 100% of the medical expenses for inpatient hospital care. If we go to a new benefit period here, let's say something happens a year and a half later, brand new benefit period, you can see your lifetime reserve days don't change. You're still at 59 because you used one of them up. They count against you for the lifetime of your Medicare enrollment. So again, you don't use those very often as long as you stay under 90 days. But let's say in this instance, we're in the hospital for 120 days. You can see you used 30 of those lifetime reserve days. Let's say that this had been a 120-day visit. When you start this new period here, you start with 30 days, and every day uses one of those lifetime reserve days. This happens every single time you have a medical event. Now, for most people, it's extremely rare that you would ever use any lifetime reserve days, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But effectively, those 60 days count towards your entire lifetime enrollment for Medicare. And it only counts if you go over 90 days in a single benefit period. When you kick off a new benefit period, it starts you back at 0. So you could go 0 to 60, 0 to 60, and kind of repeat that. And you don't use any lifetime reserve days. You could go 0 to 90, 3 or 4 times, as long as they're separate benefit periods. Doesn't use any lifetime reserve days. It's only if you go over 90 in a single benefit period. So that's lifetime reserve days and benefit periods. For most people, you're not going to be impacted by either, but that is effectively how they work. So that's it on covering the benefit period and lifetime reserve days for Medicare Part A. If you are an individual looking for a financial advisor that we believe is both trustworthy and capable, feel free to reach out to us for a free consultation. And if you're an advisor that believes you can qualify to be a WealthGuideIQ partner, feel free to reach out as well. Thanks.